For the Steam Summer Sale of 2019, Overkill is having a sale for their game and the related DLCs, and they've also made this little mini-game here. Payday 2, The Text Adventure. Now, if you've never played a text-based game before, you can kind of think of it like an interactive story, where you're presented a scenario, and you can make choices that'll have different outcomes depending on what you choose. Now, in Overkill fashion, they've actually put in a surprisingly large amount of work into this, with full-on custom music, some pretty awesome pixel graphics, and supposedly a little surprise bonus at the end. So all in all, I'm fairly excited to see what's up. I did enjoy the other things that they've made, like the Space Invaders minigame, so I have high hopes for this one as well. Duke and Dallas get out of the Payday van, which is just parked across the street from Vlad Kozak's bakery. As bakeries go, it's pretty trashy. That's pretty rude. Not the kind of place you want to take grandma for pie and coffee. Duke, they say Vlad makes a mean rye. Dallas, baked with that special Ukrainian love. Twitch, wait for us here. Okay, so we can go inside or wait. Let's go inside. The heisters shuffle into the bakery. Like the exterior, the inside of the place just screams trash. And the patrons looking like they would stab you over $1. Okay, that's just all kinds of rude. As our heroes enter, Vlad shoots them a huge grin, throwing open his arms. Vlad, friends, come! Vlad has been waiting for you. Just then, a gorgeous, sleazy waitress pops up from the back office holding a gray flip phone that somehow survived the 90s in the air. Waitress, Vlad, honey, it's, making air quotes, Her Highness. She sounds pissed. Duke, forget to buy the milk again? Okay, so we can flirt with her or straight to... Didn't they just describe her as trashy, though? Dallas needs some putang. Oh my god. Okay, that's great. That is awesome. The waitress smiles at Dallas's comment, and he smiles back from underneath his stubble mustache. Duke gives a "here we go" eye roll as Vlad reaches over to the phone. The expression on his face says, "I'm gonna get an earful," as he moves towards the back office, speaking in a language that we don't immediately recognize. As Dallas leans in the counter and starts chatting up the waitress, the bakery door is suddenly kicked in, and a cheap-suited thug comes rushing in, brandishing a sawed-off shotgun, screaming, "Give me all the money!" Oh my god, he even has like a freaking pantyhose on his head. Oh really? Just react? Okay, I can react! Doesn't seem like they're very stressed about the whole situation. The waitress gasps as Dallas throws his arm in front of her in a protective gesture, while the patrons all freeze in shock and surprise. Duke manages to pull out his gun and gives Dallas a sideward glance. It's a standoff. Dallas, hey now, you might want to think about what place you're robbing, kid. Cheap-suited thug. The fuck do I care? Open the register. Dallas looks over him. This guy's an amateur. Easy takedown. Duke waits for the look that will tell him what to do. So, shoot the stupid moron, cut him a deal he can be useful, punch his lights out. I don't know, I guess Dallas is feeling merciful today. Maybe we can, use him for something? I don't know. Dallas, ever the master tactician, sees an opportunity. Better to offer this moron some cash and let him stick his neck out than someone more valuable. Dallas, look, you want easy money? How about doing something for us instead? You'll live longer. Cheap-suited thug. What are you talking about, man? Dallas. Well, you've got a choice. You can finish up here, take whatever chump change Vlad has in the register, then we can come find you later and put a bullet in your face. Or, you can do a job for us and make some real money. Up to you. Oh, I see. I could be cheap and just give him $5,000 or offer him $20,000. That still doesn't seem like that much. Okay, well, Payday me is like rolling in dough, so $20,000 is literally nothing. Realizing the position he's in, the cheap-suited thug lowers his gun, accepting Dallas's terms. Dallas. Good. Now take that damn sock off your head. You know, funny story. My friends actually got some pantyhose once and we stuck it over our heads to see what it was like. It's not comfortable and you look like a freaking pig because, like, you know, your face has all these features. Nose, lips, freaking ears, right? But when you have pantyhose on, it just like smushes everything, so you look like just a tube, like a really weird human tube. It's. I recommend trying it. He does. Turns out the cheap-suited thug is just a young guy in his 20s. Dallas lowers his gun too, while Duke keeps an eye on him. Duke, smart kid. Play your cards right, and you'll come out of this rich. Look towards Vlad. Vlad reaches under the counter and pulls out a folded paper, then hands it to Dallas. Vlad, here you go. What you need is on here. Make sure you tell Vlad what happens. I can't help you if you keep me in the dark. Dallas, sure, we'll let you know how it goes. Duke and Dallas make for the door and leave, taking the cheap-suited thug with them. Once outside, they head toward the van, with Twitch waiting inside. They hear the bakery door lock behind them. Get in the van and drive away, okay. Oh my god. Of course it's Harvest and Trusty. I like that though. Seems kind of weird that they took away like the street and the parking lot. Seems a little empty. Dallas, Chains, Duke, and the cheap-suited thug are inside the Payday van. This is not gonna end well. You never bring an outsider that you can't trust. Okay, which is parked in an alley near a branch of the Harvest and Trusty Bank. There's a guard outside the bank, whistling away distractedly. There's also an ugly trash can. Okay, since when can trash cans be beautiful? Oddly placed in front of a window. Inside the van is an assortment of surveillance equipment. The cheap-suited thug is looking a little nervous, but it's pretty clear that he's also in awe of being with the Payday gang. Okay, the Payday gang. Check the note from Vlad. Dallas. Okay, the info we got from Vlad points to this place. The manifest papers we need are in a safety deposit box in there somewhere. They recently beefed up security, so we're here to do a little recon and prep before we hit them tomorrow evening. Chains. We looking to do this quiet like? Dallas. That's the idea. Got enough to deal with right now. Don't need the added heat of another firefight. Chains. Thumbing at the thug. What about Junior here? We really gonna trust him with this? Duke. Not to worry, old chum. We've taken some precautions. He knows what'll happen if he doesn't come through. Don't you, lad? Cheap-suited thug nods quietly. Decide on the plan. Chains. Alright, I can handle things from here, but we gotta decide on who's going in. My suggestion is, either Duke gets his charming ass inside, or drops a bug, or Dallas goes around the back to plant a helping hand for the job. Let's send in Duke. Cause his charming ass is, I don't know, it's Payday's ass. Dallas, let's have Duke put on that old school charm and place a security bug inside somewhere. Chains. We steal some of the Model Ks somewhere around here. Duke. This time of day, there's gonna be a lot of folks in that bank. We'll need to distract them. Dallas. That's where our Junior comes in. Duke, you get a head start out there. Get into the bank and wait for the signal. You'll definitely know it. Duke. You got it, old chum. Duke gets out of the van and makes his way to the bank, trying to stay inconspicuous. Dallas. Okay, kid, here's your chance to get a nice payday and get into our good graces. See that guard in front of the bank? We're gonna need you to get his attention. Go over and push him into a wall. Pick a fight. Knock over the trash can. Well, I guess realistically, if a guard sees you knock over a trash can, he's just gonna yell at you. But pushing him over, I don't know. I mean, do we care if he kills him or something? Let's pick a fight! Cheap-suited thug. Okay, you got it, man. I'll do it. Now, Dallas. We're not getting any younger. Cheap-suited thug. Okay. But what about Chains? Kid, we don't have all day. Get your fucking ass out there. The cheap-suited thug looks a bit nervous, but carefully gets out of the vehicle. He disappears into an alley and walks around the block, to not draw attention to the van. While he walks, Chains pulls out a small metallic tube and holds it to Dallas. Discuss with Dallas. What the What? Oh, I have to scroll. Chains, you remember how these work? Dallas. Yeah, just hit the button and dump them in the intake. Duke. Hey guys, Junior's coming back. The cheap-suited thug comes walking along the street towards bank in a strut. When he passes the guard, he suddenly stops and turns toward him, yelling, "What the fuck, man? Why'd you do that?" Guard, do what? Cheap-suited thug. You spit on me, motherfucker! He pokes the guard, who pushes him back. The argument gets louder and more heated. Take advantage of the distraction. Oh, it's kind of, I can't click on it very well. Duke heads inside the bank carrying a briefcase. Taking a quick look around, he notes the location and number of security guards and cameras. There are only a handful of customers in the bank and 2 tellers behind the counters. Go to a free service desk. Duke walks up to a counter and starts talking with the teller, a pretty young woman in her late 20s. Duke, hello, young miss. I'd like to open an account and make a deposit of 500. I'm a cheap bastard. Is this a... Looks like an ECM jammer of some sort. It literally says hacks on the side. Alright. Just then, there's a loud commotion at the bank entrance. Duke smiles to himself. Time to get ready to act. The commotion gets louder as both customers and staff move to the front to look out the window at what's going on. Duke hangs back a bit as soon as he's certain no one is paying attention to him. He starts moving towards the exit. As he does so, he reaches into his pocket, takes out the security bug, and... plant. Oh wait, no, plant is dumb. What if they water the plant? Then it's gonna be like... shorted... Oh, okay, well, shoot. On his way out, Duke encounters the cop, who has gone inside the bank to help keep the situation under control. Duke keeps his cool and nods to the cop, hoping that he doesn't look too suspicious as he keeps his face away from the security cameras. Going deeper inside the bank was risky, but it's probably going to pay off. The bug will be more effective where it is now. As Duke leaves the bank, he scans the area for Junior, who is nowhere to be found. As he makes his way back to the bank, he mumbles to himself, "Hope the kid got away okay." Mission accomplished! Okay, once again, an unsuspecting bank is about to fall prey to the masterful heisters of the Payday gang. Sometimes you go in, sometimes you go in silently. And sometimes one heist is just a lead into something bigger. Those are the times when you want to lay low and not draw too much attention. There are people out there watching your every move on both sides of the law. Make sure you always show them who rules the day. Oh, cool. I've earned a Sydney Mega Mask. I already got one. Yeah. Okay. So that was a kind of anticlimactic. I kind of expected to do more than just pre-planning. Maybe I'll try this again and see if I can do something different. Okay, so you know what? Let's try doing, like, I don't know, the opposite choice. So I went inside. Let's wait this time. Okay, 2 heisters adjust their suits, getting into character. Duke frowns at a bloodstain on his lapel. Duke, I need to have a word with Aldstone about the dry cleaner he's using. I don't think any dry cleaner can get blood out. Okay, the pair start moving before they can cross the street. There's the cheap-suited thug again. Okay, so you kind of have to run into him. He does the same thing. Oh no, it's a different weapon this time. It's a short rifle. What happens if we wait? What? Game over. Shouting comes from inside, an argument erupts, followed by multiple blasts from firearms as blood sprays the windows of the bakery. In the commotion, we can see flat in a horrendous chest wound. The Payday gang doesn't sit around when their friends need help. Okay. I guess the very first time I played through, I was more lucky because, I don't know, these text-based adventures, like every wrong turn is a game over. Alright. If I shoot him, I have to play cleaner cost, so punch his lights out. Dallas hits the cheap-suited thug square in the nose as he goes flying backward toward the floor. As he falls, his finger jerks the trigger. Oh my god. And the shotgun goes boom. The waitress takes a round of buckshot straight to her chest and she falls backward with a wet, ragged sigh as she takes her last breath. Vlad loses it. Fuck, you piece of little shit! Vlad rounds the corner in a fury, pulls out the biggest damn knife Dallas has ever seen, and goes for the thug, who waves his arms futilely from the floor, blood spurting from his broken nose. Vlad lunges downward and begins stabbing him repeatedly, screaming at him in Russian. A few seconds later, and it's all over. What the hell just happened? The entire police stares down in shocked silence at the blood-covered Vlad, who waves a hand toward the counter, drops of blood hitting Dallas's pants. Vlad, there, under the counter, take it. It's what you need. Duke goes over, folded paper. Okay, yeah, folded paper. Okay, so I haven't failed yet. Check the note. There's a knock on the side of the door of the van. The knock repeats 3 times, rhythmically. A half-whispered voice, muffled by the walls of the van, can be heard saying, "I'm here to kill the bugs, man." Duke slides open the door and we see Garth, who looks like a typical skateboard hipster in his 20s. Garth? Like from Wayne's World? Duke, glad you could join us, son. Dallas, took your damn time getting here. Garth, sorry man, a lot of blues out today. Had to be extra careful. Chains, you ready to get to work? Garth, you got it, man. Chains, alright, I can handle things from here, but we gotta decide on who's going in. My suggestion, either Duke or... Okay, so I did Duke last time. Let's do Dallas. I'll go. Chains, we still got those little canisters of knockout gas we used in Atlanta a couple of years ago. Oh. No, I kind of said that like he was sure of himself. No, he's asking us a question. Chains, yeah, still got 1 or 2. Dallas, if I can get one of those into the ventilation system, we can take out all the interior guards before we hit the place. Would save a lot of grief. Chains, solid, but getting up there in broad daylight? This text is like, brood daylight? Yeah, the daylight just brooding. Gotta be difficult. Dallas, that's where Junior here comes in. Okay, kid, you do this and we're square. You also get your payday. Why didn't he call him guard? Maybe an oversight. So, get in front of a moving van in the bank, crash your skateboard in the window, pick a fight with him. Okay, so last time I picked a fight with him. Get in front of a moving car. So he's just asking him to kill himself? That's so mean. Alright, Garth goes a little pale at the idea, but he's more afraid of not coming through for the Payday gang, so he agrees. He exits the van and heads down the street a bit on his skateboard. After a minute or so, a cop car comes rolling down the block. Garth turns around and makes his way to a general direction to intercept the car. Inside the van, the gang wonders a bit at this reckless brazenness. Dallas, is he really going for the police car? Chains, looks like it. Kid got guts, give him that. Dallas, yeah, well, we'll see about that after he's got it done. Well, he's dead. What? As the cop car passes in front of the bank, Garth does an ollie over a park bench with his board, intentionally snagging a wheel on the backseat, sending him flying onto the hood of the cop car. Surprised, the driver yells out, turning the wheel in a panic, and spills his coffee all over his uniform as he crashes into the front window of the bank. The guard runs to the car to help, calling for an ambulance. Garth is lying in a heap of rubble, knocked unconscious. The cop gets out, looking dazed and covered in cappuccino with a cut on his forehead. Bank customers and staff start running out at the commotion. Take advantage of the situation. Right, with the distraction on the way, Dallas gets out of the van and casually makes his way toward the bank, doing his best to look inconspicuous. Pro that he is, Dallas is acutely aware of his movements and the bank security cameras as he approaches. Dallas quickly zips into the alley next to the bank and makes his way towards the back, still keeping tabs on security cameras. As he moves along the wall, Dallas notices a small window up ahead. It's pretty high up, but he figures that he should be able to pull himself up by an overhanging rain gutter. And... well, I mean, you're already this far. Look inside, I guess. Dallas quickly grabs hold of the gutter and pulls himself up. The metal creaks slightly as he lifts himself, threatening to give way, but he manages to catch a glance inside. It's a bathroom. No one is there at the moment, luckily. Satisfied, Dallas makes a mental note in case a window might be useful when hitting the bank, then drops down and keeps going. When Dallas reaches the back of the bank, he can still hear the ruckus going on in the front. The rear of the back opens up to a small, empty concrete lot, surrounded by barbed wire fence. Standing in a blind spot, he allows himself some time to observe the movements of the security cameras. What else? A security door, electronically controlled. Easy enough for Locke or Joy to crack if needed. A manhole without a lock. Dallas grunts in surprise and secretly thanks his lapse in infrastructure. Against the back wall of the bank is a thin steel ladder leading to the roof. Every few seconds, a security camera swoops by it. It's gonna be close. Dallas braces himself for the right moment, then springs into action. He grabs hold of the rungs and climbs, briefly cursing his necessary choice of dress shoes for the day. On the roof, he quickly locates the main ventilation intake. Place knockout gas. Ooh, this way has so much more text. Pulling out the gas canister, he activates the transmitter on it, pulling out tabs off the double-sided tape on the side, then carefully wiggles it into the vent and presses it against the side, letting go once he can feel it sticking. Dallas has just started on his way down the ladder again when he notices the sound from the front of the bank has silenced. Are those footsteps he hears? Coming closer? Cursing under his breath, he gauges the time he has until the camera spots him as he recognizes the whistling of the bank guard getting closer. Wait until the guard is close, drop down on top of him, quickly jump back and hide on the roof. Go back to the roof. Oh fuck. Shit, it's too late! There's no way Dallas is gonna get back on the roof in time without being seen. He drops down hard and fast off the ladder. As the guard rounds the corner, Dallas begins scratching his head and pretending to look around at the ground for something. Guard, pulling out his gun. Hey, you! Take him out! Oh, he's dead. Dallas waits, then reacts quickly, with perfect timing, silently pouncing on the guard, knocking him cold in one clean swoop. There's a sharp crack of bone as the guard goes down hard on concrete, blood trickling from his temple. Dallas grabs the corpse and pulls it out of sight from the cameras. Hey, look! In this, we can pull bodies out of the sight of the cameras. In the game, we have to bag them. Isn't that something? Hide the body. Make it look like... Obviously, we gotta hide it. Still wary of the cameras, Dallas springs forth and strains to pull open the manhole before hurrying back out of sight, praying that no one watching the security feed will notice the open cover for a few seconds. He takes the guard's phone and walkie-talkie. With the next pass, he drags the dead guard into the manhole, making sure no blood ends up on the pavement. The guard's body goes down and lands somewhere in the darkness below with a wet thud. With the final third pass, Dallas pulls back the cover and then carefully makes his way up towards the van. Mission accomplished. Ah, okay, so this is another stealthy run. So let's see if we can go loud. Let's try crashing the skateboard. He still ends up unconscious. Poor Garth is just like not having a good time. Oh shit, what the heck even happened? Oh, Garth. Oh, I thought that was his guts or something. I was like, what the hell happened to you? That's even more, like, that's worse than getting run over by the car. No, he just knocked over a trash can. Hey, you okay? Yeah, man, sorry, what? The hell's the matter with you? Some kind of moron? Moron. Suddenly, a shadow looms over them both, without them noticing a cop car is stopped in front of the bank. Uniformed driver standing on the side. What seems to be the problem? Hey, Jim. Nothing, just some stupid kid. You want me to run him in? Nah, I got this taken care of. Alright, up to you. Alright, so we gotta take advantage of the situation. Okay, what if we just forget about it then? Place the knockout gas. Oh, okay, so putting the gas canister reactivates the transmitter. Steps. Oh wait, no, this is the same thing, never mind. Let's try this one then. Make it look like an accident. Realizing that a missing guard might compromise the bank heist, Dallas picks up the dead guard with a slight groan, holding him upright. What? It ends the same way then. So there's no point in, like, that choice. It kind of just ends the same. Well, I guess it's, yeah, it's just kind of the same thing. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's awesome, though. Yeah, I don't think you can really go loud here. But that's fine. Whatever. Let's just get some more of Dallas fucking jamming.